Hello everyone, this is Sensei Starman and welcome back to Let's Play Superhero League of Hoboken. Well, off camera I shifted the party's inventory around a little bit and I sold off all but 3 of my melee weapons because it's a bit of a waste. The people who are at the back are never going to use them. And I shifted my best range weapons around the people standing in the back. So you'll note Crimson Tape is the party tank right now. I'm as astonished as anybody, but he's also the brains of the operation, just barely beating out Robomop on Brawn at this point. But I also shifted Shredderman around in front of Mademoiselle Pepperoni because he had better brawn than she did. Honestly, I probably should put Princess Glovebox and the Cape Cod further up, but I don't think that once you get past the first 3, it affects your brawn all that much. Strange enough, Oxide Man, the Man of Living Iron, is the physically weakest. And, well, Princess Glovebox is not the toughest, but I think that just determines health. Honestly, for all the stuff they explain with the right click on this, it does not tell you what your stats actually mean, but everybody's just peachy. I've got weapons slotted around. We have provisions for 7 days. And I also double-checked every single shop we've been to make sure I was not missing out on any vital isotopes, which we're not. I could have sworn that we left behind another one that was green that increases power to hurt plants, but I may just be misremembering. I didn't see it in the videos. There's just the one. So, yeah. We are in downtown Manhattan. And it is here that we have a mission. You know, our last mission before facing Nocturne to begin. 3 wild tribes in New York City are engaged in a bloody turf war.
3 tribes in the New York City urban sectors are engaged in a ferocious turf battle. You must mediate the dispute and bring the 3 tribes to accept peaceful coexistence. The names of the tribes are puzzling, but seem to have their roots in the days before the collapse. The Bloods, who dwell in Radio City Music Hall, the Crips, who abide in Carnegie Hall, and the Flagrant Double Parkers, who live in the United Nations building.
Yeah, these names are in fact not accurate. For if we go into Radio City Music Hall, which is this point right here, you have entered a cavernous space still glittering with Baroque gilt and solemn velvet. Tiers of balconies rise dizzyingly toward the distant ceiling. Many doorways lead out to the west. The silence of the great room is broken by an ominous musical fanfare from an unseen organ. Slowly, hundreds of people wearing primitive tribal makeup creep into view. They are dressed, men and women alike, in costumes plundered from the storerooms of the music hall. Frilly dresses, boas, and high-heeled shoes. One man, his baton indicating his status as leader of the tribe, approaches. And yes, the tribe of Rocket.
Our warriors will attack the Carnegie tribe unless the totem they have thieved from us is returned.
Carnegie. Get it? You know, violence never solves anything.
Oh yeah? Go tell it to the Marines. Whatever that means.
90s stereotypical gay men's voices. I never get tired of you. How do I get to Carnegie Hall?
Me not know. But wisest man in world in New Haven, he know.
Now, you might recall we already met the wisest man in the world. Nice chatting with you. See you in the funny papers. Right, so there's that. And the other tribe. No, we didn't go into the UN before, but United Nations building. You're in a huge theater or meeting room of some kind, filled with semicircular rows of tables and chairs and ringed by the tattered remains of 100 or more flags. The only exit is to wade out through the water to the northwest. With the suddenness of ketchup finally coming out of a bottle, every hiding place and cranny in the room erupts with tribesmen, wearing tattered clothing plundered generations ago from the finest department stores of Manhattan. The tallest and strongest of the tribesmen, clearly the leader, strides over and stops a foot away from you, staring at you inscrutably. The tribespeople are bedecked with gaudy war paint and wear suits of dark-colored fabrics. Some old photos that you've seen lead you to believe that suits as these were almost standard dress during the 20th century, although in those old photos only the men wore them. The leader of the UN tribe is a middle-aged man with a bodybuilder's physique. He is dressed in an exquisitely styled Armani suit with Gucci loafers, both admittedly on the worn outside. His face is impassive. Whereas some people wear their hearts on their sleeves, this fellow wears his heart in an underground bunker.
We will war with the Carnegie tribe unless our stolen totem is restored to us!
In a rather bizarre gesture that must have some tribal significance, he bangs his shoe on the table. But war is harmful to children and other living things.
Bah! You talk like some of the mothers who think that our sacred totem isn't valuable enough to send their 9-year-olds into battle for.
How do I get to Carnegie Hall?
But in New Haven, you find wisest man in the world. He know.
Well, we must be going. Don't take any wooden nickels. Okay, so clearly we need to find Carnegie Hall, which has been a bit of a running gag so far. But we already found the wisest man in the world, who told us that you have to practice. And I had not looked at the tribespeople before, so let's do that. The tribespeople are bedecked with gaudy war paint and wear clingy outfits with short frilly skirts and spiked heeled shoes. The outfits seem more appropriate for the women than for the men, but who are you to question tribal cultural mores? Really. And the leader? The Rocket leader doesn't quite look the part, dressed as he is in white dress with a furry red trim. He is carrying a metal baton with white rubber tips. Alright, so how is it that we get to Carnegie Hall? Practice. And if we look at the sheet of music, it gives us a practice command. The sheet is a brief musical composition composed of the following 4 notes: D, A, G flat, C sharp. Well then, let's practice. This is a very large and very formal-looking auditorium. There are no visible exits. A lone spotlight shines on the stage, forming a sharp-edged circle of light on the ancient floorboards. A grand piano sits toward one side of the stage. A magnificent instrument in seemingly perfect tune. Okay, sit at the grand piano. With a flourish of your cape, you sit down at the piano. Look at the book of music. This book is filled with extremely complicated musical compositions far beyond your ken. If you want to play something on this piano, you'll surely have to find some simpler material than this. Now let's try play the grand piano. You play the notes from the sheet music. A sandbag falls from the rafters, just missing you by a whisker. You take the sandbag. Let us open the sandbag. You open the sandbag and discover a Rocket totem and a UN totem. The totem is a carved wooden figure of a woman doing a kick dance. Okay, we take that from the sandbag. The totem is a carved wooden figure of a dove with an olive branch in her beak. Take the UN totem from the sandbag. Close the sandbag. Hey, we may need sand at some point. You never know. Alright, we can go up to stand up. And that circle of light looks inviting. The circle of light is in the center of the stage. It is formed by a spotlight high in the rafters and is approximately person-sized. Alright, enter the circle of light. It's the circle of light. Yeah, I had to, I'm sorry. Alright, well, let us give the Rocket totem to the leader. The leader of the Rockets grins and grabs the totem. He throws his baton up into the air, twirling, which must be some kind of signal, for immediately the other Rockets march into the wings, leaving the music hall deserted. Alright, well there's one down.
When our totem was stolen, our fleetest warriors gave chase. But the only sign of the thief they ever discovered was this strange disc. The gods tell me it should now be yours.
Yeah, he accepts the totem, bows slightly, and says that. He then hands you a casino chip. In a wink, the tribesman leader gone. All members of the party gain 2,500 experience points. And we now have a blue Trump Casino Atlantic City chip. Just going through our inventory. I could have sworn we had a few more than this.
Congratulations on the successful completion of Mission Buoy.
Well, you might recall our last mission involved tracking Dr. Entropy down in Atlantic City. Click the wrong button there. Because, yeah, from a base in Atlantic City, Dr. Entropy has developed a tree with horrifying properties.
Dr. Entropy escaped from the enforcement officers before they were even 5 minutes from Yankee Stadium, and he is working on his most diabolical plot yet. The development of a tree whose leaves will not fall off in autumn until after the surrounding lawn has been completely raked. You can instantly see what a demoralizing effect this would have on a populace already reeling from a shortage of leaf vacs. Entropy must be stymied before he can introduce this monstrosity into the ecosystem. Entropy appears to be based atop a casino in Atlantic City, accessible by tube car from several points.
Well, several points, but the easiest way for us to get there is back through Manhattan. Yeah, we could do Grand Central Station, but it's a bit more dramatic if we take a different route. And in fact, this is the wrong route. And I think we actually can eventually get there, but the fastest way, strangely enough, is for us to head back to our old stomping grounds in Newark. And take the lower tube station here, which takes us to the Philadelphia station, but we can also go up and now take the orange train. And this takes us to Atlantic City, which also has a blue train. We're going to head up here, and hey, a very dangerous zone we have not explored yet. 7 nasties right off the bat. Okay.
bad break. It's almost impossible to find replacements these days.
Well, hey, we did not do too bad there. Use her plastic core as a sinister air about it. Oh, why not? $155. Hardly even challenging at this point, really. Eight nasties, ooh.
Why? Because we hate you!
$98 inside a hollow coconut. A band of four bad guys surprise the party before the rest is complete. And the amoeba divided before running, which really did nothing, but okay, not a problem. $5,168. Rising by the very edge of the dikes that hold back the sea is a huge building. Its state of decay cannot hide the fact that it must once have been a virtual monument to tackiness. Will the party step inside? Not just yet.
My memory isn't what it used.
The Caped Cod, advance!
Nine nasties, okay. Might as well make him radiation proof. We've gotten everybody else in the party at this point. Oh boy, a bunch of linebackers. Well, thankfully we're so tough at this point. These guys are going to be a challenge. Oh, just as we were about to finish exploring the whole area. Alright, visit every location in this sector. Exploration bonus is 6,851 XP. But we'll go ahead and head back to headquarters. Well, heck, that would be a bit faster than cutting through Newark, wouldn't it? Just go New Brunswick and... just so we do not lose what progress we've made so far. Alright, that has rid this sector of every nasty, unsavory element, and we now have a bonus of 11,000 XP. Not that it matters, because I think we have totally maxed out everybody in the party except for Cape Cod. But this sector is explored, this sector is safe, there's nothing left to do but go to the casino and confront Dr. Entropy. Which is what we shall do next time. So thank you all for watching. Please like and subscribe if you haven't already. Leave a comment if you are so inclined. And we will finish up Act 5 and continue the adventure next time. Take care until then.